Just started the recording. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar by TFGH Remote. We're excited to have you here as we dive into an essential topic for anyone that is working with data. Today, we will be discussing data cleaning and preparation. Our guest speaker today comes from the Center for Business Analysis, which is a premier professional training institution dedicated to equipping professionals with skills in business analysis, business data analytics, and data analytics for HR professionals. CBA has an excellent reputation for providing practical instructor-led courses, both online and in person, which I myself have taken part of. And they have built a track record for developing the analytical skills needed to thrive in today's data-driven world. Leading us through this session is Mr. Bright Osei Badu. He has applied data analytics, business intelligence, and in addition to monitoring and evaluation frameworks that have improved performance and guided better decision-making. He has worked with leading organizations such as Deloitte, Guinness Ghana, Solidaridad, Network Ghana, and Ghana Revenue Authority, and Temalub Oil, delivering data-driven solutions that strengthen operations and improve efficiency. Currently, Bright serves as the research and development lead at the Implementers, where he provides data-driven insights for program designs, donor engagement, and evidence-based advocacy. He holds an MSc in Business and Data Analytics, and he is a certified project management professional. He additionally has professional certificate in Business Intelligence and Data Analytics, as well as Google Data Analytics certificates. Well, it's a privilege to have someone of this caliber with us today. Please, Bright, go ahead and take us through this amazing presentation.
All right. Thank you very much, Jason. And good evening to everyone here. So as Jason rightly said, my name is Bright Osei Badu, and I'm with CBA. So CBA stands for Center for Business Analysis. So maybe a few things on CBA so that I can then narrow it down to the agenda for the day. So CBA is a leading provider of high quality training in business analysis and business data analytics here in Ghana. You know, we are also certified by the IIBA, International Institute of Business Analysis. We are certified by them, we are endorsed by them. And, you know, most other training centers are not endorsed by them. But for CBA, we are endorsed by the IIBA. And, you know, for the past 6 years, we've trained more than 5,000 learners in business analysis, cybersecurity analysis, and business data analysis. 5,000 and still counting, you know, so that's what we are doing so far. We also have customized training for organizations that if they want us to, you know, develop training for their staffs, we also do that. And we've done for a number of organizations, including Fidelity Bank, we've done for Ghana Gas, we've done for NPA, National Petroleum Authority, we've done for MTN Ghana, we've done for Gold Recovery, StandChart, Epiroc, and these are just a few to mention. We've done for several organizations in Ghana. All right. So we also conduct training, and as part of our training, we use experts so that we can blend the theory to the practical aspect of it, so that you don't feel only the theory aspect of it. You also feel the sense and the side of the practicality as part of our training. So we do that, we blend that. And our courses and our cohorts, currently we have the cohort that's running. We are still, we've started training section that is currently running. And the next cohort for cybersecurity analysis is 11th of October. So if you are interested, you just, sign up for that, you register for that. For the business and data analytics, is the next cohort will begin on the 6th of December. But it's very important you start your preparations, you start engaging so that you get registered or sign up for that. And for business analysis, the next cohort will begin on the 13th of December. So let me quickly share my screen. Okay. So please, I hope you all can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, so these are flyers for what we do, the cyber security. These are the flyers for it. The data analytics, these are the flyers for them. And you can see our numbers there. Okay, so for our number that you can reach us on 0246 809 200 or 200. So you can reach us on those via those numbers. Okay, so okay. So, coming to the agenda for the day. Okay. So, coming to the agenda for the day, we collect data almost every day. Even this section that we are having or this call that we are having, we have data. You can collect data on gender, you can collect data on age, you can collect data on profession. So, we do collect data every day. But what I normally describe data as is data is like a jollof. And I'm sure everybody loves jollof, right? Who doesn't like jollof here? We all love jollof. Okay. But please, I hope you can hear me. Yeah, we all love jollof.
Loud
We
and
all
clear.
love, yeah, we all love jollof. But if the jollof is not good, everyone will avoid it. Okay. But if you have a good jollof, everybody will like to have a bit of it. So that's how data is. Data is like a jollof. It needs to be well prepared, well cooked, so that everybody can enjoy it, right? And in data science or data analysis, the data analyst spends 75% to 80% of his or her time on data cleaning, because you need to clean the data to ensure that the data is well cooked before you can do proper analysis of it. If the data is still having, false information, it's going to mislead you, right? We often also say that data doesn't lie or numbers don't lie. And I'm sure we all have heard that before. Do you believe in that? That numbers don't lie, data doesn't lie. Do you believe in that?
100%. Numbers don't lie.
Yes. Yes. But there's a condition. If you have a poor data, it can mislead you. If you have a bad data, it can mislead you. So your data needs to be presented right to get accurate information. And there are several organizations, there are some case studies for several organizations that they were misled in making decisions due to bad data. All right. So you need to have a good data to make a right decision, because data is to help us make the right decision. So you need to clean your data well so that you can come up with good insights from your data. All right. That's the key point to establish. All right. So data analysts spend most of their time in cleaning the data. And also, as a data analyst, you need to pay much attention to study your data, to know the nature of your data, so that you can perform descriptive analysis, either exploratory analysis. You spend more time to explore your data, how your data looks like. All right. So now, without wasting much time, I have this data set here. This is just a simple data, but there are so many things that can be corrected from this data set that we are going to learn. All right. Time may not be on our side. That's why you need to join the CBA training so that you can learn more. But for now, what we are going to do is data cleaning. So looking at our data, let me zoom it more. Looking at our data, you can see the customer name. The customer name, you can see inconsistencies. All right. The John starts with, lowercase of J. These ones, the Charlie, they are all caps. Bob, they are all caps. Alice, it starts with capital A or uppercase A. So they are all inconsistent. When you come to region, the Accra, they are all in lowercase. Tamale, they are all in uppercase. Mango, the same way. Here, the quantity, you can see that, you see this green at the top left side here, showing that this one is test. Because if they are numbers, they all need to align in this order, right? But you can see it here, it's test. When you see the prices, I think the prices is okay. But when you look at the date, you realize that some are 03-27-2020. Some are, 27/03, 27/03/2020. They are inconsistent. Just like this one, the invoice ID. You can see that in Excel spaces, we have what we call white spaces, leading spaces, and lagging spaces. So you see here, there's a space here. You can see that there's a space that comes before the I. It shouldn't happen this way. Because even when you look at the cell values, you realize where the I begins from and where the I from this one also begins from. They are inconsistent, right? The same as the paid here. You can see some are in uppercase, some are in lowercase. You see, those leading spaces here. So in order to analyze your data well, we need to clean it. Also, you can see some blank spaces here. There are some empty, cells here. They are called blank spaces or blank cells. They are all here. That we need to modify it and clean our data. So that's what we are going to do today. All right. So this one, from this data, we realize that we have some are beginning with, they are all caps, some are lowercase. There are some spaces here because the A for Alice needs to come, it needs to get closer to this side, but there's a space here. And it's visible when you look at the Charlie here, and you look at the Alice, you see that there's a space there. They are called leading spaces. We need to clean them up. And the date, we need to correct all those things to make our data very clean. So you can take a screenshot of it now. Then after we are done, you also take a screenshot, then you compare. All right. So now without wasting much time, we will start here. So the customer column here, let's give it customer name. So I'll start by writing. And also, before I go into it, let me explain that these ones, they are called cells. These are called cells. All right. Where I'm clicking, they are called cells. And the values inside are called the cell values. All right. So when I click here, it's I2. You can see the name here. All right. When we go into deeper, you can even rename the cell name. You can give it a name, a proper name, so that you can make reference to it. But that will be for a different day. All right. Maybe when you join our training, that's where you are going to learn all those things. So without wasting much time, as I said, let's rename this one as customer name. So what we are going to do is that we are going to correct these ones into proper name. so that they all the first, letter will begin with a capital, then the rest will be small or lower cases, so that they will all be consistent. Then you also take off those leading spaces from there. So now this is how it's going to happen. Let's begin with, let's say now I'll begin with proper. The function that we will use is proper. And in Excel, when you are writing a formula or you are writing a function, you begin with equal to. All right, so I'll start with my equal to, then I'll write proper. And sometimes you don't need to write the full name of it. As you begin to write, you see other functions that contains those initials that you've entered. I wrote PRO, but I see prop, I see product, I see proper. So now, because I'm looking for proper, I just use my arrow keys to here, then I press the tab. It's saying that the argument it wants is the test. Now, this is the test value here. So now I'll just close my parenthesis, and now the John has been corrected. You can now see capital J here instead of the small j. All right. Now, when I run through, you can, autofill it. When you put the cursor at the lower part or the lower right side here, you see a plus sign. You double click it, and now the formula execute for all. It has now autofill. So now you see where Charlie, they were all caps. Now the C begins with the capital. The rest of the characters are all in small for all of them. All right, Charlie, Alice, it has now corrected. This is how I wanted it. If I wanted them all to be small, I'll use lower. If I wanted all of them to be uppercase, I'll use upper. All right, but for now, I want it this way. Now, there's one more thing that I need to do. The leading spaces, because when you see where the Charlie, the C starts from, and the Bob, where the B starts from, there's a space there. So I need to take off that space. So I can combine two functions together. In Excel, when you combine two functions together, it's called nested functions. Nested functions. You can combine several or multiple functions together. So now let me quickly delete these ones from there. Okay. So when I go back to my John, where I wrote proper, the proper, I can put trim. Trim functions remove spaces for you. The leading, the trailing spaces, and the white spaces, all those spaces, it will remove them for you. So I can combine it with trim like this. Then I have to close the parenthesis again. Then enter. Now, when I autofill it, now you see that the previous spaces that was there has now been corrected. So now I have a good name here, right? Now it's well clean for me. Now we can do the same for region. Region 2, let's rename it as region 1 or corrected region. Let's use corrected region. Okay. But please, if you don't understand anything, you can just pause me along the line. Okay. So corrected region, we are now going to correct these ones too, to make them all consistent, right? So that one too, I will begin with the trim. Then I'll add the proper to it. Then I'll select the cell here. Then now you see Accra is corrected, and all the remaining ones are corrected in this order. So I'm sure by now someone can volunteer and help us correct the product. Who can volunteer and help me? You just mention, then I'll be typing to correct the product. So corrected product. Guys, who can volunteer? Okay, so let me do that one too quickly fast. So trim, then proper, then I select it, I close the parenthesis. So now mango and all those ones have been corrected. Okay. So that means we've corrected the three first columns. These are called columns. All right. These ones, the customer, the region here are called columns. And this side are called rows. Okay. When it goes this way, they are called rows. When it comes this way, they are called columns. All right. So you take note. So now we've corrected these ones, the customer, the region, and the product. Now the quantity. We realize that the numbers too are inconsistent. You see, they are all supposed to be in this order, but some are here. And because they are here, they are not number, they are test. When it happens this way, they are test. And when they are test, you can't add test and number together. Excel will not allow you to add test and numbers together. So in order to get a good summation, we need to convert the text into numbers. All right. And how do we change text into numbers? There's a function in Excel called value function. Value will allow you to change a text into number. So now the quantity to, let's say, corrected quantity. Okay, so now you use the value function, value, like this. Then you will select the cell. Okay, when I close it and I run it through, now you can see that where the 19, okay, where the 19 was has now been, right aligned. So now they are all in the same line. Now it has changed those test values, these ones, all right, into this format. So now it has corrected that one for me. Okay, now our date too. We realize that our dates, they are inconsistent. As I said, some are forward slash, some are hyphen. So we need to correct that one to have a proper date. And even when you look at them, this one is 27th of March 2020. This one. This is 27th of March 2020. But when you look at these ones, so the day is coming first, the month is, next, then the year is last. But when you look at this one, the month is coming first, the day is in the middle, and the year is, the last one, which they are inconsistent. We want all of them to be consistent. If it's day first, is the day, month, and the year. If it's month first, month, day, and the year. So we need to have a consistent date. How do we do that? In Excel, so corrected date. In Excel, there's a function called date function. And this is how the date function works. It takes the first argument as the year. All right. It takes the first argument as the year. Then after that, it takes the month. Then it takes the day as the last one. All right. That's how it works. So it takes the first argument as the year. It takes the month. And lastly, the year. All right. So here, we realize that they were supposed to all be in the same order. All of them were supposed to be in 2020, but some are in 2021. Let's see how it will work. But in order to correct that for now, we are going to use a year of 2020 to override it. We can use a function to extract the year function, but that one, then that means we are going to deeper and deeper, which this section will not allow us to do that. So we are going to use a consistent or a constant year to override all the other years. All right, so now I will begin with the date function. And this one is called tooltip. The tooltip gives direction for you to know the arguments to enter. Now, the first argument is year, the year. So the year, which year are we looking at? We are using 2021 to be consistent throughout. So we will enter we use 2020 to be consistent throughout. So we use 2020 as the year. The month, when you look through the month, you realize that they are all March 03, 03, 03, 03 throughout. All right. So we will put 3 as for the month, March. Then lastly, the day, you see that they are consistent throughout. They are all 27. So you put 27 like this. After that, you enter. You realize that now I have a consistent date. Now those that were hyphen, those that are /, they've now all been corrected into this way. And in Excel, the date function, there are several date functions in Excel. We have the network days when we want to see only the weekends, the network international days, you know, all those ones. The work day, there are several of them in Excel. All right. So, you know, as we go in deeper and deeper and deeper, we will be exploring all those things. All right. So now I've corrected my dates. Now, this one too, the same way. The payment status, we realize that they are inconsistent, that we can correct that. All right. But what we also learn what we call validation. Validation, how to data validate. All right, where you have a drop down to select from. So this one here, the payment status. So corrected payment status. Payment start. Here, instead of bringing these ones here, I can see that I have paid, unpaid, and pending. Paid, unpaid, and pending. Instead of bringing them all here, I can use what we call the drop down. All right, drop down so that I can select. If it's paid, I'll just use the drop down arrow to select. Now, this is how you do it. I'll then select all my cells to the last one. To the last one, which is here. When I select all of them to the last one, all right, then I come to data. When I come to data, I will see this. You see this one here, it's called data validation. Then I'll click on it. All right, then any value, I'll change this one to list. Then the source that I want, I will then begin to type the source that I want. If I've created them somewhere, I can go and highlight them, but you can also enter them there. So the source that I want to use for the validation is paid, unpaid, and pending. So I will begin with paid, comma, unpaid, comma, and pending. All right, like this. Then I'll click on OK. When I click on OK, I will see a drop down arrow here. Okay, now I have the list here. So if I want it paid, I'll select the paid here. I don't have to, you know, type them. This one, if I want unpaid, I will select the unpaid here. All of them are having those drop downs. All right, then the pending, I'll select them here. So you select based on. So now we've created data validation to select from. All right, that's how that one too works. Okay, so if they are all this one, so you can be selecting them throughout. Okay, yes. For now, due to time, let me just use pending for the rest of them. So I'll just. So now we've corrected our data here. We've corrected all our data sets. All right. But there are some blanks here. These blanks. Assuming you have, and you know, when you are working as a data analyst, you will be meeting Excel with bigger data sets. Some of them that you can't even open them in Excel file. They are CSV file. CSV stands for comma separated values. That is so huge that you can't open them in Excel. And you know, Excel is limited. If you want to see the last row in Excel like this, I will press the control arrow down. It will get me here. Then I will press the control arrow down again. This is the last cell in Excel. All right. It's what? 1 million and no, it's 10,400 and is it 1 million? Yeah, 1,048,576. So it's 1 million rows. So if I have a file that is more than 1 million rows, like 2 million rows, I can open them in Excel. This is the last row. If you want to check the last row, is you don't have to be scrolling using the arrow here and be scrolling. It will take time. You just use the control arrow down key. It will bring you to the last one. If I want to go to the top, I don't have to be scrolling here. It will take all my time. I will just, the cell highlighted like this, I'll press the control arrow top key, then it will bring me to the top, like here. So that's the shortcut to know. If I want to see the last column, that one too, I'll press the control, the right arrow, then it will take me there. It's saying that the last cell is XFD. If I want to go back the same way, the control, then the left arrow, and it will take me there. These are the shortcuts to it. All right. Now I have a big file. I want to know the empty blanks. How do I know them? I can't be scrolling through them one by one. It will take all my time. So what I can do is that I can highlight the whole cell like this. Right? Then I'll press we have a shortcut, Control G. I'll press my Control G. Then I'll click on the special. Then I'll say highlight the blanks. So blanks. And now you see the blanks are being highlighted. All the empty ones are being highlighted. When they are highlighted like this, I can give it a font color. All right, so maybe I can come to home, then I'll give it a color, yellow. Now it will make it more readable for me. The moment I see yellow, it means that they are blanks. If I want to delete them, now because they are highlighted, I can easily delete those blank rows if I don't need them. All right, if I don't need them like this, I will say delete. I'll right click delete. Then I will say delete the entire row. That means take off that row from it there because I don't need it. Maybe the information that I wanted, they are not there. So I want to delete, or I can enter a value there. So, or I can say that instead of blank, enter NA there for me. Then I'll press Control Enter. Now all the blank rows are being filled with NA. All right. So there's a lot more that you can do. A lot more. But I think for now, it's okay. We shouldn't go deeper and deeper because time is not on our side. But there are a lot of things that you can explore, especially when you join us, and you will learn a lot at the end of it, that you become a certified data analyst. All right. So Jason, I think at this juncture, I can bring it to an end, then you take over.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, Bright, for this eye-opening session. I know for a fact that there's some people who don't have a basic understanding of what data analytics actually is. Is it okay if you can use half a minute to 1 minute just to give like a breakdown to someone who maybe didn't attend early, and I mean they stayed for the whole thing? That means that there's an interest in what you're doing. Can you break down what exactly data analytics is, and maybe some of the job roles they can expect from this? And if you do have some of the salary expectations in mind, you can also share that one. I think that would be helpful for some of the people that joined us.
All right, thank you very much. And I would say I'm in the NGO space, and we've realized that there are a lot of reports from MasterCard Foundation, other international organizations that are
Yes.
stating that the digital environment or the digital space, like data science, data related courses, is now the gold mine. But Africa, we seem not ready. How do we tap into those opportunities? So anyone with a background with data science or data analytics, you are well prepared to tap into those opportunities. So there are a lot of opportunities out there. And there are several Ghanaians who are in Ghana here that with their background or their skills in data science, they are doing remote work in Europe, America, other continents. So what I would say is that this is a good environment. There are so many opportunities, but how prepared are you? You need the skills. And the skills is what we are going to provide for you at CBA. And we are endorsed by the IIBA. So whatever certification that you get, you are recognized internationally, that you can use it anywhere.
You can share the flyer again, on the
Yes.
screen. Yeah. Yeah,
So
100. Sorry, you were saying?
Yes, we are recognized, you are recognized. So this is the cyber security. If you are interested in cyber security, this is the cyber security. And we have our mail here. Our contact number is here. We are located at the National Banking College. All right. So we give you hands-on practical experience training. All right. You register now. The next cohort will start on the 11th of October for the cyber security certification. All right. Then this one is the certified business data analytics. And, we have the weekends lectures only. The next cohort, we have a current cohort which is running. The next cohort will start on the seat. So at least you have ample time to prepare for that. All right. So, we have online option. So if you come to face, there's online option. And these are the tools that we are going to teach you. We will teach you Excel, advanced Excel, that can do a whole lot of analysis. Excel is so powerful, can do a whole lot of analysis. We teach you Power BI. Power BI, if you have knowledge in Power BI, you are gone. Tableau, we teach you Tableau as well. Then we teach you the SQL, where we use MySQL and, other sources as well. All right. So there are so many things to learn. This is our flyer. All right. Our number is here. You take note of our number. You can take a screenshot of that. All right. And call us. You can reach us anytime. You can visit us at the International National Banking College. That's where we are located at.
Yes.
It's around the airport residential area. Yeah.
I see someone said that they saw your Facebook, your ad on Facebook, and they wanted to know the payment plan. I think this is something that we can connect you and have a conversation
So you
with.
just call the number and all those things. But as I was saying, the digital space, especially we the youth, is an emerging gold mine that we need to prepare ourselves, to. Because it shouldn't happen in an instance that there's opportunity, but you are not ready. You will miss that opportunity. Yes,
Exactly. No, I was saying that, I have my own story because I joined you. I'm part of the cohort, this actual cohort that is coming to an end. And some of you might not, the squad might not know this, but the moment I joined, I think 1.5 months in, I changed everything on LinkedIn and put data analyst, and I got a job. So as for the availability there, it's there, right? If you get into data, there's many opportunities that are available for you. But like I said, I'm gonna put the flyer in the group, and you can contact them and have that discussion about payment plans and when it's going to start, the dates, and so on. I want to, unless there's any other questions, someone can unmute themselves and talk, because the only ones talking here is me and Bright. No one has said anything. So if someone would like to grace us with their voice before we wrap this up. Go ahead with the question. Going once. There you go.
Hello. How long is the cybersecurity cohort? Hello.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, I was asking the cybersecurity analysis. How long is it for?
Okay. So what I would say is that just call us and we'll
Okay.
give you.
It's for 4 months.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you, William. Bright, I'm here.
Okay.
And good evening, everyone. My name is Na. I'm the administrator for Center for Business Analysis.
Okay.
And so the cybersecurity analysis certification course is a duration of 4 months.
Okay.
And all our courses, the registration fee for all our courses is 200 cedis. And the
Okay.
tuition fee for cybersecurity and data analytics is 4,650. But then the 4,650 is the last one we are doing for the year. It is subject to review next year. And so you may want to take advantage and then join the 6th December cohorts because if you don't subscribe to that cohort, then the 4,650 does not apply to whatever cohort you subscribe to next year. And so it's basically about that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you now.
So
All right.
our number 2 is there. You can call us anytime. All right.
Okay.
This is our
Okay.
number on the flyer.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll also share that in the group. So yeah, thank you so much, Bright. Thank you. This was such an eye opener, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be many more ahead of us. To everyone that joined, have a wonderful evening as well, and we will catch you on our next webinar. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.